Good morning, students. Welcome to Computer Organization class. This is Veena A. Patil from Department of CSE BLE CET Vijaypur. Welcome back, students. So today we are going to learn on Module 4. So in Module 4, we have arithmetics, in which numbers, arithmetic operations, and characters we will be dealing with, and addition and subtraction of signed numbers, design of fast adders, multiplication of positive numbers, signed operand multiplication, fast multiplication, integer division. These are the things that we are going to cover in Module 4. So for this, we are referring textbook 1, from textbook 1, chapter number 2 to 2.1, and chapter 6 from 6.1 to 6.6. So we shall start with the arithmetics topic. So this is chapter 4 of the Carl Hampshire textbook. Number, arithmetic operations, and characters we will be dealing with now. So number representation. Now there are different forms of representation which we will be using. As we know that computers operate on the information which is represented by two values, that is electrical signals labeled as 0 or low and high as 1. So we define the amount of information represented by such a signal as a binary digit of information. So a string of bits is called a binary number. A binary number can represent the values of an actual number, that is in hexadecimal or BCD or even binary format, or a text character or an instruction code. It depends depending on the context in which it is being used. So number representations, say for example, let B be an n-bit binary vector which is given as B is equal to B of n minus 1, B of n minus 2 up to B of B1, B0, where B of I, it can start from 0 to 1, or I can lie between 0 for all values of I between 0 to n minus 1. So the value of B can be either 0 or 1, where the I value is between 0 to n minus 1. So this vector can be represented either as unsigned or signed integer value. The unsigned integer value vector V are in the range of 0 to 2 raised to n minus 1, which can be represented as V of B is equal to Bn minus 1 into 2 raised to n minus 1 plus Bn minus 2. This should have become small letter b. So we have changed this b to small now. So Vb is equal to Bn minus 1 into 2 raised to n minus 1 plus Bn minus 2 into 2 raised to n minus 2 plus so on up to B0 into 2 raised to 0. So when we are going to represent both positive and negative numbers, we need to represent both negative and positive numbers. Now here we have signed integers, wherein numbers can be represented in three major formats, that is sign and magnitude, ones complement, twos complement. So these are the three different formats using which we are going to represent the signed integers. Now before I try to represent them, some assumptions have to be done, like the machine is a 4-bit machine word, and 16 different values can be represented using 4 bits, and roughly half are positive and half are negative. That we will see now how I say that. So this is a binary signed integer representation, wherein sign and magnitude representation, ones complement, twos complement, all the three representations I have tried to show here. Now in this, if you see sign and magnitude, 0 is represented as 0, 0, 0. 4 zeros are there. Minus 0 is represented as 1, 0, 0. Whereas plus 1 is represented as 0, 0, 0, 1. Whereas minus 1 is represented as 1, 0, 0, 1. Now why is this? Now let's see here. In sign and magnitude representation, high order bit is a sign bit. That is, 0 is used for presenting positive value, whereas minus 1 is 1 is used for representing a negative value. So the MSB bit here is used for that is the most significant bit is reserved to indicate the sign. So if you can see here, this bit is reserved to indicate the sign. Okay, so only the 3 lower order bits is used for representing the magnitude. So if this is the number wherein we have 4 zeros, the MSB bit is, that is the most significant bit, is reserved to represent the sign, and the remaining 3 are used to represent the magnitude. So 000 represent 0, whereas the MSB bit, which is 0, I said it is used for representing either it is a positive or a negative number. If it is a 0, then it becomes positive 0. If it is 1, 000, then the same representation is there, because the low order 3 bits are 0, but since 1 is there in the MSB bit, it is minus 1. So similar to this, we have 7 here. So 111, it stands for 7. So 7 is represented here. But if it is 0, 111, this will be plus 7. If it is 1, 111, then it will be minus 7. Minus 7. So we have 2 representations for 0 here, plus 0 and minus 0. You shall see here, if you can see here, we have 2 representations, plus 0 and minus 0. And as I told you, minus 7 is represented by 1, 111, whereas plus 7 is represented as 0, 111. So the MSB bit represents here the sign. So this is sign and magnitude representation. Now coming to ones complement representation. In ones complement representation, we are going to take the complement of the numbers. So if there is a 0, it is going to be converted as 1. If there is a 1, it is going to be converted as a 0 in ones complement. So here is a number which we represented in sign and magnitude as 0, 1, 0, 0, which is nothing but plus 4. Okay, the same number, if I complement it, so complementing is nothing but converting 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. So these two zeros now become 1, and this one becomes 0 here, and this 0 becomes 1 here. So in one's complement format or representation, so plus 4 is 0, 1, 0, 0, whereas minus 4 is its complement, which is 1, 0, 1, 1. So if you can see here in the chart, we have here plus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 7, it is correct. Now say for example I have 0, 0, 0, its complement is 1, 1, 1. So 0, 0, 0, it was represented as plus 0. Now if it is complemented, I will get 1, 1, 1, 1, which is nothing but minus 0 in one's complement. So if you can see here, these two numbers, 0, 0, 0 complement is 1, 1, 1, which is minus 0. Same way we have here plus 1 is represented as 0, 0, 0, 1, which is equal to its complement is 1110. Same way for 2, for 3, for 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is how number is represented in 2's complement format. Now subtraction is implemented by addition and 1's complement. Whenever a subtraction has to be performed, it is done by addition and 1's complement. So we shall see how it is going to be done. So how do we subtract by performing addition? That we will see. Now there are still two representations in 1's complement. You can see there are still two representations for 0, that is positive 0 and negative 0. Now this may cause some problem. In 1's complement as well as in sign and magnitude, there are two representations for 0. This may cause us some problem. So some complexity in additions will be there if I am using sign and magnitude as well as 1's complement method. Now to overcome this, we are going to use 2's complement system. Now in 2's complement, what we are doing is the values which we are getting from 1's complement, to that value we are just going to add 1. So that will give you 2's complement. So in 2's complement system, the negative number is obtained by the 2's complement of the corresponding positive number, and this operation is same as that of subtracting the positive number from 2 raised to n. So let's see here how will I get a 2's complement. Now this is a positive number is there. So 0, 1, 0, 0 is plus 4. Its 1's complement was 1, 0, 1, 1. This is 1's complement. To this, if I add 1, I will be able to get 0. Why it is 0? 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 in binary is represented as 1, 0. So 0 is here, 1 will become carry. Now again 1 plus 1, it is 2. I have to represent it as here. Now 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1 is 1. So the resultant value is 1, 1, 0, 0. Now this value is called as minus 4 in 2's complement format. Okay. So like 1's complement, except shifted one position clockwise. You can see it is same except it is shifted one clock position. So here in 2's complement representation, there are no two zeros. There is only one positive 0. There is no negative 0. But you can see here it was previously it was positive 0, negative 0. But here it is only positive 0. And minus 1, in the previous slide, minus 1 you could match with the exactly opposite value, but here it is minus 1 is represented as 1, 1, 1. Why? Let's see here. So this is 1. So its complement will be 1, 1. I'll write here. So this is 1. Its complement will be 1, 1, 0. This is 1's complement. To get a 2's complement, I have to just add 1 to it, which will give me 1,111, which is 2's complement representation of 1. So that is nothing but this. Right. So we said like 1's complement, it is same, but except it is shifted by one position if I go clockwise. Right. So if we go clockwise, it will be shifted by 1 bit position. Now As I told you, only one representation for 0 is there. One more negative number than positive number is there. That is, if you can see here, we had +7 and -7. -7 was the last number that can be represented in the previous two system using 4 bits. But in 2's complement, we have one more negative number than the positive number. So positive +7 can be represented using 4-bit numbers, but using the same 4-bit numbers, one extra bit can be represented in 2's complement, that is -8. So if you keenly observe here, for the positive representation of the number, 1's complement or 2's complement or sign or magnitude, in all the three systems, the numbers are same for positive numbers. There is no change in the positive numbers. Positive number representation is same in all the three systems. The three systems differ only when the negative number has to be represented. Okay, so in 1's complement, representation of number is different, negative number is different, sign and magnitude it is different, 1's complement it is different, 2's complement it is different. As I told you, in 2's complement there will be one extra negative number representation using the same 4 bits, as we don't have -0, there is only 1 0, whereas there are +0, -0 in sign and magnitude and 1's complement. So that was a problem. This can be overcome using 2's complement, wherein only one +0 will be there. Okay, so always remember, it is the number representations, they differ only when we are representing negative numbers. If positive number representation is there, in all the three systems it is same. So let's have a look on addition and subtraction using 2's complement number. So we have a number here 4 and 3. So +4 is represented as 0 1 0 0, whereas +3 is represented as 0 0 1 1. So when I perform addition, 0 + 1 is 1, 0 + 1 is 1, 1 + 0 is again 1, 0 + 0 is 0. So which will give me 0 1 1 1, so which is nothing but +7. So whenever we are performing addition of positive numbers, it makes no difference because it is simple addition of positive numbers. So it is same in all the three systems. But the same thing, if I am going to perform on negative numbers, if I am going to perform addition on negative numbers, the representation is different. So the answers will be different. So if you can see here, -4, I want to add it to -3. So -4 plus -3, answer should be -7. Right. So to perform this, first of all, how to convert the number into -4 in 2's complement. So to convert it, I have to take 1's complement first. To this 1's complement, I have to add 1 so that I will get a number after performing this. So this is my number in 2's complement. So any positive number, if it has to be represented in negative as a negative number in 2's complement, first perform 1's complement of the number, then add 1 to it, which will give you 2's complement of that number. Right. So +4 is represented as -4 in 2's complement as 1100. Same way +3 which is equal to 0011. Can you tell me what will be its -3? Already I have written here. It is 1100. This is 1's complement of the number. So to this, if I add 1, I will get -3 in 2's complement. So that is 1101. Now once we perform conversion of the number from positive to negative, addition is the same as we perform. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 1 is, can you tell me 1 plus 1 how much it is? It is 2, which is going to be represented as 1 0. So I write here 1 and I write here 0. Now there are 3 ones, 1 1 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, but in binary 3 is represented as 1 1. So my answer is 11001. Okay, whereas this bit is an extra bit which I call as a carry bit, and this can be discarded because our representation is only 4-bit number, that is 1001 will be the answer. So let's have a look. So if this is 1's complement and 2's complement, if you see, if this is +7, so -7 will be 1001. That is the answer which we got here. So if I discard this carry bit because it is only 4-bit representation, the answer is 1001. So coming to the next one, we have here +4 is to be added to -3. Now as I told you, +4 representation is same. So it is simply 0 1 0 0, whereas -3 we just calculated, it is 110. So 1101. So now when I perform addition, the answer that I am going to get is 10001, because 0 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 1 is 2, which is going to be represented as 10. So if I write 1 here, 0 here, then 1 plus 1 is 2, which is going to be represented as 10. So answer is 10001. Since it is only 4-bit representation, if I discard the carry, I am going to get 0001, which is nothing but it is equal to 1 in 2's complement. So you can see here it is 0001 is +1. So answer is +1. 3 when I perform 3 plus 4 minus 3 addition, I will get the answer as 1. Now similar example we have here, that is here we had +4 minus 3 addition. Here we have -3 plus 4 addition. So here we are going to get a positive value +1. Here the result will be negative value, that is -1. Now if carry into the high order bit is equal to carry out, then just ignore the carry. Now if carry in differs from carry out, then we say overflow has occurred. So let's see what is overflow in the next slide. Now simpler addition scheme makes 2 complement the most common choice for integer number systems within digital systems. Now because of this simplicity, all the systems are going for 2's complement method, because in 2's complement method subtraction also can be done using addition. So the circuitry becomes very simple. So for addition and subtraction using 2's complement representation, we have set of rules. Okay, let's see what are these rules. So rules governing addition and subtraction of n-bit signed number using 2's complement representation system. Now to add two numbers, and their n-bit representation, ignore the carry out signal from the most significant bit, that is the MSB bit position. If carry is generated, then just ignore the carry bit from the MSB position. The sum will be the algebraically correct value in 2's complement representation as long as the answer is in the range minus 2 raised to n minus 1 through plus 2 raised to n minus 1. Now what is this range? This range is, say for example, using 4-bit representation, I am performing the addition and subtraction. Now if the answer is also a 4-bit representation, even after discarding the carry, if after discarding the carry the answer is within the range, that is using n bit number, I can represent a negative number up to 2 raised to n minus 1 and positive number up to 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1. So if it is within this range, then the answer is correct. Okay. Now to understand this, if we see here in the diagram, you can see here in 2's complement, positive number 2 raised to n minus 1. So that is 4-bit representation. 2 raised to 4 minus 1, it is equal to 2 raised to 3, which is equal to up to 8. Right? I should be able to represent up to 8. But what we said, it is not just 2 raised to n minus 1, it is minus 1. So we said using n bit number, I can represent up to 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1 because I am able to represent only up to plus 7. Whereas negative number, we said I can represent it up to 2 raised to n minus 1, that is up to 8. If you can see here, we can represent it up to 8. That is why we said within the range, if it is within the range, that is within the range of positive and negative value that can be represented using n bit, the answer is correct. Now if you want to perform n bit subtraction, now in addition it was simple, simply take the two numbers, represent them in n bit representation, add the two numbers. If carry is generated, just discard the carry, and after discarding the carry, if the answer is within this range, then the answer is correct. Now similar to that, to subtract two numbers x and y, that is to perform x minus y from the x minus y, you have to form the 2's complement of y. Since y we are subtracting, I have to take 2's complement of y and then add it to x. After taking the complement, simply add it to x as in rule 1. If carry is generated, just discard it, and again the result will be algebraically correct value in 2's complement representation system if the answer is within this range. Right? These are the two rules. That is, when performing addition, simply take the n bit representation of the two numbers, add it. If carry is generated, which is more than the representation of the number of bits, then just discard it. Else, in subtraction, if I am going to perform x minus y, then we have to take 2's complement of y and add it to x. Okay, so let's see here example. If you see here, plus 2 plus 3, these are the n bit representation of plus 2 and plus 3, which will give you an answer plus 5. Similarly, we have here, whenever it is addition, simple taking taking the addition of two numbers and adding is okay. Now since it is addition, what is the value of minus 6? So minus 6 is nothing but it is plus 6 complement. If I do, I will get minus 6. So the value of 6, positive 6 plus 6 is 0, 1, 1. So 2's complement of this number is I will get 101. So this becomes minus 6. So I am performing plus 4. I am adding with minus 6. So there is addition. I am performing addition. So I am just taking 2's complement of minus 6 and adding it. So simple answer I will get, that is minus 2. Same way, if I am performing addition of minus 5 and minus 2, minus 5 is represented as 1011, and if I am and minus 2 is represented as 1110, just add them, you will get minus 7. Same way for plus 7 and minus 3 also. Okay, now coming to the other sums, that is from E to Z. Now A to D, they follow rule number 1. Now E to J, I am performing subtraction. So they are going to follow rule number 2. That is, if you are performing subtraction of x minus y, then you have to take 2's complement of this y. Y can also be a negative value. Remember, it's not that y is always a positive. Y can also be a negative value. So you can see here y is minus 7. So minus 7 numbers 2's complement I have to take. If I take minus 7's 2's complement, you will get plus 7. So which is nothing but it is nothing 0 1 1 1. So minus 3 value is 1101, to which I am going to add 2's complement of minus 7, which is nothing but plus 7, and we just perform addition. Whereas if you see here we are adding value of 4 and value of minus 6 as it is. Whereas here, though it is minus 7, I have to consider minus 7 and its complement it again, then perform addition. This is rule number 2. Same way here, if I am going to perform subtraction of 2 minus 4, then since 4 is positive, its 2's complement will give me 110, then add it to 2. So whenever, remember, minus is there, you have to just take 2's complement of y and then perform addition. So all these 3 examples, you try to do it, then only you will be able to analyze. Now what is overflow? Overflow, now whenever we add 2 positive numbers to get a negative number, or 2 negative number and we get a positive number, then we say overflow has occurred. What did I say? Whenever we are going to add 2 positive numbers and the result that we get is a negative, and if we are adding 2 negative numbers and the result that we are going to get is positive, then we say overflow has occurred. Now to understand this, see here, I have plus 4 and plus 3. So plus 5 plus 3, I am going to add. I am supposed to get answer plus 8. But looking at this diagram, if you see, when I am representing it in binary numbers, the answer will be 100, because the value of 5 is 0101, value of 3 is 0011. When I perform addition, I am going to get 0001. So I have done it correctly, but the answer, it is beyond the range we said here. It is beyond this range. That's why the answer is minus 8. So when I add two positive numbers, if I get the answer as negative, then I say overflow has occurred. Similarly, if I am adding two negative numbers and I get the answer as positive, again overflow has occurred. Okay. Now you can see here, this is the same example. Try to write it in binary representation and show you. So in both the cases, overflow has occurred. Now same way, if you see here, 5 plus 2 I am performing, the answer is 7. The answer is plus 7. So plus plus, both the symbols are 7, positive. The answer is also positive. So if after performing addition, the answer is also same sign, then we say no overflow has occurred. Same way you can see here, I am performing addition of minus 5 minus 3. The answer I am going to get is minus 8. If I get minus 8, then there is no overflow. If the answer is different from that of the two operands, then we say overflow occurs. So overflow when carry in to the high order bit does not equal carry out, we say overflow has occurred. So arithmetic overflow, we can say in 2's complement number representation system, n bit can be represented, can represent values in the range of minus 2 raised to n to plus 2 raised to n minus 1. Please remember this. This is very important point. This is a GATE exam question. Okay. Now, when the result of an arithmetic operation is outside the representable range of an arithmetics, then we say overflow has occurred. Okay. Now, when adding unsigned numbers, the carry out Cn from MSB bit position is the overflow indicator. Now, if we are adding unsigned number, if it is a 4-bit representation and the answer is 5-bit, we just discard this. Now, if the answer is a 5-bit number, then we say overflow has occurred when we are dealing with unsigned integers. But in case of signed numbers, this is not a sufficient indicator to say it is a overflow. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is we can say overflow can occur when the sign of two operands is same, and overflow can occur if the sign of the result is different from the sign of the operand. So these are the two conditions in which we can say overflow can occur. Overflow can occur when the answer is beyond the range 1, and overflow can occur when the sign of the two numbers is same and the answer is of different, okay, different sign. So this is the arithmetic overflow. Now coming to sign extension. Now whenever the number is given, say given w bits signed integer x, you have to convert it to w plus k bit integer with same value. Then the rule is make k copies of signed bit, that is just copy the k copies of m bits. The meaning is that if I have given a number which is of 4-bit number, now I want to convert it into say 8-bit number. Now if I want to perform this, simply what you have to do is whatever is the MSB bit, that MSB bit has to be extended for the remaining k bits. So to understand that, we will see one example. You can see here the integer x is given here, which is a short int which is going to take a less number of bits. Now I want to convert it into integer type of number. So if I am converting short into int, then the number of bits it is going to take is more. So how to convert it? To convert it, just see the MSB bit and just extend, that is simply copy the MSB bit for the remaining bits which you want to extend. Similarly, if it is minus or negative number, just see the MSB bit is 1, simply copy the MSB bits for the remaining as a remaining bits. So this is called as sign extension. Now coming to characters, as we all know that in addition to numbers, computer must be able to handle numeric text information consisting of characters. Now characters can be letters of alphabets, decimal digits, punctuation marks and so on. They are represented by codes that are usually 8-bit long. One of the most widely used such code is American Standard Committee on Information Exchange, that we call as ASCII code. So characters can be represented using ASCII code as 8-bit combinations. I think I have told about it in the first video. Now coming to addition, subtraction of signed numbers, we will deal with this in the next video. So until then, please read the textbook and try to practice addition of signed numbers, because in exam questions will be asked on simple numbers. They will ask you to perform addition and subtraction of these numbers, and they will ask whether the overflow has occurred or not. Please judge and tell us. Okay, so practice the addition of simple numbers and try to practice how to judge the overflow. So till then, I will sign off. Thank you for listening so patiently. See you in the next video.